Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. You've got to love it, haven't you, when the kids come home and say that they need something urgently making as a present for somebody at school. And today is one of those days. So my daughter's just come home and said that she needs something for her food tech teacher for Friday and she's leaving. And today is Wednesday and it's currently in the UK 20 to 5 in the afternoon and I'm busy working tomorrow, so I have got to make something now. And as you can see on the screen, this is what I'm looking at. This is the designbundles.net Christmas pot holder SVG bundle. It is £4.50. I am going to use this for this particular project, and I keep quite a few little bits and pieces in stock for eventualities just like this. So I keep quite a few little bits and pieces of blanks in stock for this sort of eventuality, and this is no exception. This is the oven glove from Poundland. It is just £1. It's quilted, so it's quite thick. Ideal really for a food tech teacher gift. So I'm going to take one of the designs from Design Bundles bundle of pot holders and I'm going to pop it onto here, and I think I'm going to just do on the top here, and then I'll use my easy press to pop that down. So of course today we're going to be using some heat transfer vinyl. So I've got this white HTV here from I think I got this from MDP Supplies. I have used it before, but it's like a polyflex type vinyl, so I will link this down below for you. I do know that MDP require quite a big order, or they'll charge you quite a lot in postage, so I will link to another white similar polyflex vinyl that I've used before from GM Crafts, and I find that one to be really good as well. So let's just hop over to Cricut Design Space now and have a look at what we're going to do with our designs. Okay, so here I am on designbundles.net's website, and this is the design bundle that I am going to use today. It's the Christmas pot holder SVG bundle. You get 15 different designs on this particular one, so this will be great for all these sorts of things, especially for Christmas and the holiday season. I have downloaded this already onto my computer, so I'm just going to hop into Design Space, and I've got a blank canvas already here. I'm going to go on to Upload, and then I will click on Upload Image, and then I'll click on Browse. And I know that I've downloaded this previously, so I'm just going to click on my downloads, and then I'm going to find it on here. Okay, there is Christmas pot holders, and when you get your zip file open, you'll find all of these different items in here. So with design bundles you quite often get one of these PDF files which says open me for cool things, and in there's a little message from the CEO, and you usually get like a 10% off coupon and stuff like that, which is good. So let's have a look what we've got in here. So you've got these in colour, all the different designs in colour. I'm just using one colour today, and you've got it in white as well here. So let's click on SVG in white, and everything is in white, but obviously because it's white against white you can't see it. So let's go into the colour ones, and I'm just going to have a look at what the one that I want is called. Right, so just looking at it on here, these are the white ones. I'm going to go for the wrap, bake, decorate, repeat one. So let's go back to the white and the SVG, and then where is it? Wrap, bake, repeat. That's the one we want. So I'm going to drop that in there, and you can see it now. It's a cut image already, so we don't need to do any cleaning up or anything like that because it's already an SVG. Click on Upload, and there it is just there. So let's just add that to canvas. Okay. So the first thing that we need to do is just measure where our design is going to go. So I'm just going to clip off this little tag first. Do the little hanger. Okay, so we're going to put the design on this section of the glove, and we need to measure. So I'm thinking it's going to be about 12 centimetres across. So I'll just go back to design space and I'm going to go up to the sizing bar and I'm going to change the width to 12. And then because I haven't opened the padlock, it should make it nice and in proportion. So it's saying it's going to be 11.243 in length, which is about to there, which will be perfect. So that is a perfect size now for our glove. So as I said before, we're working with HTV today, or heat transfer vinyl, and it's a little bit different to working with normal adhesive vinyl in the respect that you're actually going to be cutting against the sticky side of the HTV rather than on the top of it. So if I just take this band off, I'll show you what I mean. So if we're looking at this now, we can see that there's a carrier sheet on it and it's shiny on one side. Okay, let me just try and peel it up a little bit. So this is a good way of figuring out what side of your vinyl is which when you're using a HTV. So can you see here now there is a plastic carrier sheet, and this is basically like having transfer tape attached to the vinyl already, and it's like got its own little transfer tape attached to it, and you're going to cut on the transfer sheet. So what I'm going to do is measure out my piece first of all. So we need it to be 12 centimeters by basically 12 centimeters, and I just mark up my vinyl here, and I've made it square as well. So because we are going to be cutting this to go onto something, we are going to need to mirror our design as well. Okay, so here's our piece of vinyl, and we need to work out which way round we're going to put it down onto our sticky Cricut cutting mat. So we want to have the ready applied transfer tape facing down, and that is generally the very shiny side. Okay, but if you're unsure, peel it back and just check so that you've got the right side facing down. Okay, so here is my sticky side up, and that is my plastic transfer paper side down. So I'm going to pop that onto there. Okay, and we're going to be working with a mirror image today, because when we put it onto our oven glove we want it to read the right way down. So I'm just using my brayer just to give it a good old press down and make sure that it's nicely adhered to the cutting mat. Then let's go back to Cricut Design Space. Alright, so here is our design on the screen. If we go up to make it at the moment, because everything here is all individual, it's going to all come up higgledy-piggledy. So let's just show you what I mean. Okay, so it's lost its design. The reason that it's lost its design is because it hasn't been welded together. Because it's only one single colour, we can quite easily just go up to the top, select all, and then we can just weld it all together. And it'll just take a couple of seconds to do that. And then on the right hand side now, instead of having all those different layers, we've just got one layer, and that's the weld result and a basic cut. So let's go back to make it. Okay, so there it is on the screen. So now we need to mirror our design. So on the make it screen here now, all we need to do is just click on this little toggle here, and it basically flips it back to front so that when it cuts, it's going to cut it out backwards, and then when we apply it to our oven glove or apron or whatever it is we're putting it onto, it's going to be the right way round. So if we just click on to continue. Okay, I'm going to choose everyday iron on today for my material setting. I have used this before, so I do know that it will work with this particular type of vinyl. If you haven't used the vinyl that you're using before, I would always recommend doing a test cut. So just put a tiny little star or a heart or something in a corner and just cut it out first, just to make sure that you're not going to waste your vinyl. So on this screen now it shows you that we've got the base material set to everyday iron on, and it is giving you the warning triangle here telling you to make sure mirror is turned on and that the material is face shiny side down. Okay, if you want to learn more about that, you can click on learn more here and it will give you more information. So now we're ready to put the mat into the machine and it's going to cut out. So just while I get my design weeded out, I'm going to get my easy press set up and get it heated up so that it's ready. So I've just switched it on, and this particular HTV needs 12 seconds at 150 degrees Celsius. So I'm just going to set my temperature to 150 and then I'm going to set my timer to 12 seconds. Okay, so that is fine. It's coming up to 60 degrees now and the little Cricut C is orange. When it gets green and it beeps, it's going to be ready. It won't take very long to heat up. So I'm just going to pop that to one side, just out the way, whilst I do the weeding on the design. So let's just pull this back ever so slowly. This stuff's really flexible and stretchy. There we go, we've started to find our design, and that little beep was the easy press telling us that it's ready. Just going to carefully keep pulling back. Okay, so this is exactly how it cut out. So this is the mirrored design. So if we flip it over now, that is what we're going to see on our actual oven glove. So let's grab the oven glove. Now what we need to do, and this is kind of important, we're going to need to lint roller this. So I'm just going to get my lint roller that's got some weeding bits on it. Let's get rid of that. Let's get ourselves a nice clean sheet of lint roller. Yeah, that is nice and clean. So we're just doing this to make sure there's nothing nasty left on our blank that's going to ruin our design. So that, you can see, it's got quite a bit of fluff off there. Alright, so now that we have lint rollered and it's nice and clean, I'm just going to get the easy press and just press it down on there for a couple of seconds just to warm the glove, and that will take any moisture out that is left in our actual glove. Let's just pop our design on. It's lovely and warm, my hands are so cold. And let's just make sure that we have got the center where it should be. Perfect. Okay, so when I'm doing anything with my easy press, I like to just protect my design with a tea towel, so I just pop that onto there. As I said before, this is 12 seconds at 150. So let's give it a really good press down. Okay, that beep means that it's done. This is a cool peel, so that's important to note. Okay, I think I may need to press it again. So I've done my first press. Now I just need to let it cool, but what I'm going to do before I do that is to just flip it over and do the press again on the other side for the 12 seconds. So lots and lots of pressure going into this on the easy press, just to make sure that it presses it down nicely. Okay. Oh, it's lovely. Okay, so that's nicely stuck down. I'm going to let it cool completely and then peel that back. And what I might do, if I've got any bits that aren't quite stuck, like where the stitching is, I'm going to just give it one more press. This is where, in fact, the mini press would come in really handy. I have asked for a mini press for Christmas, so I'm hoping that I'll get that, and then make this project a real doddle. We could get into these intricate parts here really easily. If you haven't got an easy press or an easy press mini, you can actually use just your normal household iron, but of course you will need to take into account that you can't really work out the temperature setting as accurately as you would be able to with a proper press, but you know, you can still do it. I used an iron for ages before I got my easy press. Alright, this is cool. Let's give it a little peel back. Everything's actually stuck, so I can just see there's a couple of bits where it's lifting, and I'm going to just go over those with the easy press again one more time just to make sure that they're nicely stuck down. So let's put that down. Okay, so this is the finished design. It has had a couple of presses. I'm not going to lie about that because it needed extra, purely because of the quilting and these little stitched areas here. So what I did was heated it up again for the 12 seconds, and then as I took my tea towel away, I just folded over like that, following the lines of the actual stitching, and that was just to allow the HTV to go down into the lines where the stitching was. The other thing that you need to look for when you are putting HTV onto anything is that you need to be able to see the texture of the fabric underneath that you've stuck it onto, and you can see that there. So that means that this is really well adhered onto there and is unlikely to come unstuck. With this particular one, I am going to recommend that they don't wash it in a washing machine because I am not too confident that it will stay on in the areas where the stitching is, purely because I just don't think it's got the adhesion that you would want it to have. So when you are buying your oven gloves or your pot holders, I would try and get one that's either got a panel on it that's completely unstitched, or you could actually make a panel and sew it on yourself. So decorate the panel and then attach that onto your oven glove or whatever you are making. So I hope you found this video to be useful and you've learned something new. If you have, I'd love to see you again for the next one. So don't forget to subscribe. If you've got any questions or comments, drop them down below and I'll always try to answer them as soon as I can. So all that's left to be said now is have a great week, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon. Bye!